Okay, so I'm gonna solve this problem, and it wants us to find the focus, directrix, vertex of this parabola right here, this parabola equation. So how do we do it? How do we find all that stuff? Well, let's look down at the notes. So what I'm saying in the notes, this is the notes. First step, get x squared or y squared alone and factor out 4 or negative 4 from the other side. So if you happen to have negative, factor out negative 4. If you have positive, just factor out negative 4. So let's do that. So I happen to have negative because I made it negative. And so I'm going to factor out negative 4 times 3. Oops, not a very clean 3. X equals y squared. Is that making sense? I just factored out negative 4 because mine was negative. And why do we do that? It just seems like a weird thing because then that gives us the A, which is like the most important thing we need to find all of our stuff. So whatever they give you, you factor out 4 or negative 4 from the other side. So then you get your A. Okay, now, is this one going up, down, right, or left? Well, what tells you, notice for parabolas, we always have a second power side and a first power side, don't we? We have a second power side and a first power side, which is unique. We don't have that for ellipse or hyperbola. Those both had second power only. Both x and y were squared for ellipse and hyperbola. But for parabola, one of your letters is to the first power. And that's the key. The key to what? The key to the direction. So what is that? That's saying negative x. Where's the negative x direction? It's to the left, isn't it? Our parabola is going to go to the left. To the left. Negative, let me write it down here. So negative 4 times 3 times x. Negative x is left. Our branches have to go in the negative x direction, right? That's negative x, positive y, negative y. We're going in the negative x direction. We're going to the left. That's in the notes to help you. Right here. They say it's all about 4ax. If positive 4x means right, negative 4x, that's what we got, left. And if you have positive 4ay, that's up. Negative 4ay, that's down. Okay, so we have negative 4ax. We have to the left. Negative 4ax to the left. All right, let's get back to it. So negative 4ax to the left. So our branches are going to the left. The center on this one is 0, 0. They call that the vertex. It's also the center. It's 0, 0. Why? Well, how do you know? Because there's no numbers added next to x and y. So the vertex, let me write that up here, equals the center equals 0, 0 when there's no numbers added, subtracted next to x or y. So, right, you might think, well, you have numbers next to x, well, yeah, but they're not added, subtracted. They're multiplied, right? We have a negative 12 multiplied, or same thing here, negative 4 times 3 times x. Those are multiplied numbers. They don't move the center. Only numbers added or subtracted next to x or y move the center. So our center is 0, 0 because we have no numbers added or subtracted next to x or y. So center 0, 0. Let's put that on there. There it is, center 0, 0. And our focus point, now where's our focus point? Well, that says right here, focus point is always inside the branches at a distance a from the center. And the directrix line is behind the branches, a from the center. We said ours is going left. So it's like this. The focus point is inside the branches. The directrix line is behind the branches, a distance a. So I'm going to go, oh, okay, so our branches are going this way. And what's our A? 3. So I'm going to go, okay, right there. There's our focus point. This is back 3 up 0. There's my focus. And my directrix, right back here at 3. And what's the equation that? Well, it goes through the x-axis at x equals 3. So the directrix line is it's a line equation. It's not a point, x equals 3. And the focus point is a point. It's minus 3, 0. Okay, so we've got all the key facts. Now we just need the graph. How do you get the graph? Well, we know the branches are going to the left. We've already determined that right here because we have a negative x on the first power letter side. It's going to the left. How far? Well, I mean, notice, do the branches open like narrow or medium or wide? How wide are they? Where do they hit exactly? That's called the lattice rectum points. 2 points on the branch is called lattice rectum, and they're A to A, depending on which way you go. They are always at the focus depth inside the branches, but twice the focal distance away from the branch, from the focus. So in other words, if ours goes left, they're there and there. So let me show you. So basically our branches are going to go to the left. They're going to hit points here and here at the focal depth. What's the focal depth? Meaning this is a distance of 3. So then if you double that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there, I go up 6 and 1, 2, 3, down 6. There are the lattice rectum points. So the real graph will go through those branches. Yeah, try that again. Perfect. And the other branch. Close enough. There we go. There's our parabola graph. So again, how did we find this dot and this dot? Those are called lattice rectum points, meaning however far from the center to the focus, which was 3, which was A, you double that from that focus, then you then double that, 6, 6, to find 2 dots on the graph called lattice rectum dots. So that's what we're saying. You always do it from the focus, at the focus depth. You go 6, 6, twice the 3, twice how far from the center to the focus, and you find those points. And so there we go. So let me show you how to do that on the actual tool. Well, actually, let me recap again real quick first. So first step, factor out a 4 or negative 4. In my case, negative 4. And then the number next to that, next to the 4 or negative 4, will be A. That's very important. And then find the direction. We have the first power letter tells you the direction. It's negative x. Negative x is to the left. And then that number that was next to the 4, the 3, that's how far to the focus point 3 and backwards to the directrix line. You get the focus point and the directrix line. And then these dots, which help you make the graph, that's always double. So double how far to the focus. So if it's 3 to the focus, go from the focus up 6, down 6, hit those 2 dots, you've got the graph. There we go. Let's take a look at the actual tool on this one. Let me ask it for a new one. Yeah, there's exactly the same one I just did with you. So, all right, so there's the focus. It's negative 3, 0, like we said. X equals 3, 0, 0 is that. Okay, I'm going to do the graph. Remember the graph was here. How do you make the graph? You got to click on the tool that makes the sideways. See the tools down here? You need the sideways parabolographer, not the up and down one. This is a parabola going left. And you got to click on the center and then one other point. So I'm going to click on the center. Boom, right there. And then one other point. Where's that other point? Remember, it's 3. There's a look up, see the focus? Minus 3, 0. So it's 3, but then from there go up 6, right? Or you could go down. So I could click right there, or you could go down 6. Same thing. Click right there. It doesn't matter. I'll click here. Click. See what I did there? I went 3 to the focus and 6 to the dot. You double it. So there's the parabola. Now, that's not the whole graph, though. They want you to put the focus point. Click on this dot making tool and go boom, right there. There's where the focus is, right? Back 3, up 0. And then click on the line making tool and put the directrix line. Just click any 2 points that are, 3 behind the parabola. That's the directrix line. There it is. Submit it. Yes, green check mark. It's happy. There's the actual graph. So switching back to the iPad. So there we go. We got the same graph there as we had on that screen. There we go.